It's Power 106, LA's number one for hip hop. Buenos dias. Good morning to you. We're in the presence of a freaking goddess. We got Ella May in here. Good morning, Ella.
Good morning.
Welcome.
How are you guys?
We've been smiling since we knew you were going to come in.
Oh, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Okay, the new album, Do You Still Love Me?
Yes.
Dropping this Friday.
Yes.
I know that you've been writing letters on your website.
Yeah.
And I've been reading a couple, and I wanted to talk to you about one specific one, because we're girls in this, almost like a little bit tomboy, and you got to be independent and all of this, but you're like, I still consider myself a romantic. I guess, how do you balance that, Ella? Because it's tough sometimes, because look, I'm going to tell you right now. With my husband and I, I'm very like, he met me, I'm independent, I got my own crib, I can pay for my own bills, and it's like, but I still want to be a princess. But he's like, no, I thought you were independent. No, aren't you that?
You need the balance. So I definitely feel like, I think especially dependent on like how you grew up, I think a lot of us, we grow up in just like survival mode almost. Like, we need to make sure we're good, we don't need a man for anything. Like, I need to have my own money, I need to have my own house, I need to make sure that I'm good. And I still do think those things are true, in terms of like being able to have your own stuff. But at the end of the day, we're human beings, and I think the main thing, like what it's all about, is love. All we all want to be is loved and felt, you know, taken care of and secure. And like, I have my person that's like my safe space that I can go and speak to when like the outside world gets really noisy. So I think there's definitely you just have to find like the perfect balance. Like, I definitely feel like we should for sure have our own stuff and be able to, you know, like stand on our own 2 feet. But it's always great doing life like with somebody that you can share that with, I think. So yeah, just finding that balance, which is hard, but
super hard. And I think so much of it is like, not the stereotype, but like what we've bought into. It's like, we gotta have our own, but it's okay to not sometimes. It's okay to like lean on your person sometimes.
Even just like, even if we take like romance out of it and just talk about friendships and talk about family, you also have that aspect where sometimes you don't have it all and you need someone else to kind of pick up the slack for you, whether that's your mom or your dad or like your girlfriends, or, you know, I think that's just life in general. Like, you're not going to show up as you're not going to show up with 100% every single day. Sometimes you need to lean on people, and sometimes they need to pick you up a little bit. So I think just in all areas of life, I feel like just leaning on each other, especially right now, like in the times we're in, like, I think we just need each other more than ever.
Absolutely.
And that's why with that song too, 100, when it's like, maybe sometimes I could do 70-30. Maybe sometimes it's 60-40. When you're not good, I got you. Tell me how that concept came.
I think it's funny because when we were first recording it, we were talking about the 50-50 conversation that's like
paying 50-50.
It's like everybody's favorite topic for some unknown reason these days.
We have it all the time.
It's just like, I was just like, I kind of don't like that narrative. Like, I'm not mad at, like, if we go to dinner, I pay half the bill, you pay half the bill, if that's what we've agreed to, you know. Or like, I know on first dates sometimes people are like, if you ask me on the date, then you have to pay. Like, I was just kind of over that narrative, because I'm just like, as we were just talking about, every day is not the same. So like, I can't expect for you to pay for everything for me every single day, or you can't expect for me to pay for every single thing for you every day. So I think 100 was more so like taking the money aspect out of it, even though that conversation is a big one, and kind of relating it to just showing up, and sometimes you might not feel 100%, and you need somebody else to pick up what you're lacking that day, and it might be vice versa. Sometimes they might have had a long day and like have nothing left to give, and try not to take it personal, because I think as human beings, a lot of the time you feel like if somebody is not like reciprocating, like, oh, maybe it's me, but sometimes you have to look a little bit deeper and like, oh, maybe they're going through something. So just kind of having that balance and learning how to lean on people, and showing up where you can, I think.
So if I'm not feeling 100% about a person, go 50-50 with them?
No, that's not what I mean.
That's not what I said.
That
went over your
that's
head.
what I
He's
took
bad
from
at
it.
math.
I was like,
He's bad at math.
if I'm not feeling the energy
You
or
just
anything,
taught us the equation. He's like, wait, so where's the square in the...
No, that went over your head. That's completely not what I'm saying. If that's your understanding, if you guys have gone, like let's say you go on a date and you guys have said, okay, we're going here, and are you cool with me paying half and you paying half or whatever, and someone has agreed to that, then sure, if that works for you guys, 100%, that 50-50 is 100. I do think it's important to communicate. So like, even if it's not date related, and even if it's just like, oh, I'm not feeling the best today, like I don't want you to take this personally, I've had a long day, I'm trying my best, but like, if I come across a little bit
Yeah.
off, it's not you. That goes a long way than like
True.
the both of us just sitting here and like, well,
Assuming
there's
what
an
the-
elephant in the
yeah,
room,
yeah.
and something's wrong, and maybe I did something, and now I feel like now I'm, you know, like now I'm in my head, and there's just no reason to be when it might not have anything to do with me. So I think communication is definitely part of that. Like you just have to communicate how you feel.
Yeah. It's even in the song understanding, well, like that it fluctuates. Today it might be 50-50 full. Tomorrow, bruh, spot me on lunch, and then the next day maybe I got you. I think even with that convo, I love like the 50. I'm in a 50-50 household. It's the worst. I know why we have that convo, because it feels like again, I want to be a princess. But also, like, my husband told me the other day, he's like, so you think that like I should just pay everything, and you have a full-time, like a salary paid job, and that should just go to you? And I was like, well, when you say it like that, then I get it. But I guess the hardlining of like, oh, if he doesn't pay on the first date, is like, there's a lot of just hardlining on like these things, and understanding it's gonna change. It's gonna fluctuate. Yeah. You might have cost yourself or got yourself out of what could be a really good relationship because you were too like, no, if he doesn't pay for everything, or if she doesn't do 50, it's just a weird.
I think it's just too black and white. And love is not linear, and love is not black and white in the slightest. And I think also just the understanding part about it too. So like you said, you and your husband were having a conversation about it. So let's say before that conversation you felt like, no, you should pay for everything, and then he kind of breaks it down to you, and you're like, oh, you know, when you put it like that, I can understand. You know, it's all about understanding and communication and what works for you guys. I think with the internet, especially in social media, it makes it seem like this one thing that somebody says should work for everyone. Like,
universal law.
And that's not the case at all in any aspect of life. Like, we all live extremely different lives. So for me to think that my relationship is going to benefit off of something that works for you, it could. It's a possibility, but there's no guarantee. So I think just that understanding and communication with the person it is that you have, you know, that you're in a relationship with, or that you're trying to figure stuff out with. It's that understanding and that communication, and you kind of just have to block out everything.
I think it's our guys' fault though. Like, us as men, like, we'll see a girl and meet her and be like, I want to pay for your entire life. Yeah. And then we move in together, and it's like, yo, can you cover like the cable? It was kind of expensive. Like, and then we forget we said that. We're like, you said you're gonna pay for everything. I don't remember that. But we said it in the moment. We were in heat.
Again, things change though. So again, it's about communication and understanding. Because like, sure, if you set a standard and she's like, oh, well, this is what I thought it was going to be because this is what you've been doing. But let's say circumstances change. Maybe, you know, like inflation is extremely high. Groceries, grapes are $12. Like, you know, things change. So it's just, again, about that communication and making sure you guys are on the same page before anybody like jumps to conclusions or just thinks that like, oh, I just don't want to take care of you anymore. Like, that's a completely different story. If it comes to that, then you have a whole different thing to talk about.
Greg says 3 times a day, oh, I want to take this girl to Nobu. I'll pay for everything. And then every day on Instagram, he just scrolls and he's like, I want to take her to Nobu. I want to take her.
And then she'll want to go again and again. And I'm like, oh, my bank account says no.
I mean, when the first time you take her, you gotta be like, look, I'm taking you here because I like this restaurant. Doesn't mean we're gonna be here every day. And then you gauge her answer. If she's like, well, that doesn't work for me. There's your clear answer. But if she's like, okay, cool, we can go to, another restaurant. Give me a restaurant.
Denny's.
Yard House.
We can go to something
Nando's.
Sure. And then you'll be like, okay, cool, I can vibe with this because it doesn't have to be 100 every single day.
I think my problem is the communication part. I'm like, be a man, just thug it out. I can't communicate.
Get it done.
Being a man is part of being a man is communicating for sure.
Yeah, trouble with that though.
No, we all do. We all struggle with that.
Yeah.
I think we all struggle with that because it's like, it's sometimes uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And like, who wants to be uncomfortable? That's not fun.
True.
But I don't know, as I've got older and like just like been through different situations, I feel like communication is the answer to a lot of things. Like, people, I think you can get in your head a lot and you can think things that like don't even exist. Like, it's very easy to spiral and start to create things in your head that like you thought were because of something, and it actually has nothing to do with you. So I feel like
I love that you brought that up because I saw the letter to Mike Just. Okay, talking about in your head thinking things. It's Ella dreaming something and then waking up like, hold up. Has that happened? This happened to me.
Yes, I think
you have a dream that some shit happens and then you wake up, you're like, hey, wake up.
Ready to fight.
Who the fuck is Michelle?
That happened to me yesterday.
Michelle.
My
That
girl was
happened to
like,
you yesterday?
My girl was like, I had a dream that you like hooked up with this girl that we met yesterday, and I'm like, I've literally met her 3 times in my life.
And now she's mad at you.
She was like, I was thinking about being mad at you, but then I was like, no, I don't think you've done that.
It's a real thing.
It's a
But she
real
made the
thing. You have to
decision.
like cross your T's and dot your I's in your head.
I remember when we were recording that song, when Mustard came in, and we hadn't finished the song yet, but we had like a few things down. So I was like, listen to this, tell me what you think. And he was like, that's so crazy, because I really have woken up from a dream and been like, hold on a second. Did that just happen or did it not happen? And I'm like, I feel like we've all been in that situation where you really have to like check yourself for a second.
Yeah.
And be like, now I'm creating things in my head that like came from nowhere. Like, because dreams, I don't know, everybody believes different things about dreams. People sometimes say it's like anybody in your dream is like who you saw before you went to sleep, or like maybe it's just somebody random that you don't even know that you saw on the street today and you didn't even like, you weren't even conscious of it. Some people believe that there's like deeper meaning to dreams, so I guess like whatever you believe in will also kind of
Put
steer
itself
you.
in there. Yeah.
But sometimes it genuinely is just like nonsense, and it means nothing, and then you've like created this whole narrative in your head, and now you're arguing with someone, or you're like, well, you did this and blah blah blah, and it's just like, what are we even speaking about? This actually, we just picked this up off the floor and just like made it up. But it's an interesting topic, I think, because
incredible topic to make a song out of LMA. That's Mike just on this new album. When I was reading or hearing you read the letter, and I was like, she's hilarious.
I'm so happy that you've been reading these journals. That I've been
low
doing.
key, hearing you talk, I could do that forever. You should do an audiobook. But even just like writing the letters, are you that person?
Yeah.
Are you someone that makes it super like, I don't know, personalized to people?
Yeah, I'm definitely like my day-to-day manager likes to call me a DIY babe. So like I like to do stuff myself. I'm very arts and crafty. I've been that way since I was a child. Like I used to love to color. I used to love, obviously we live in a technological age now, so I don't do it as much in terms of like writing letters.
Yeah, like journaling.
Yeah. But I do
to people.
Yeah, but even so, like I love journaling. I used to write all my songs in a notebook. I've become lazy, and it's just so much quicker to do it on my phone now, so I don't. But I'm definitely someone who likes pen to paper. Like I like to touch paper, and I think it means more. It feels like if somebody gives you a handwritten note or a handwritten card, like I love birthday cards. I love Christmas cards. Like I'll give everyone, like I need to make
you love
something.
giving them.
Yes.
Oh, that's so awesome.
And nowadays it's more assurance that it's not ChatGPT. Right? Because anytime anybody does anything online, they just accuse them. That's ChatGPT.
Yeah,
ChatGPT wrote that for you.
Mine are like, mine are freestyled off my head.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Perfect.
Nice.
Yeah.
Old school.
So you must write like really pretty or make really pretty Valentine's Day cards.
You know what's funny? I'm not a big Valentine's Day person, even though I'm a big lover girl. Yeah. Like I do like it. I think it's a cool day, like to do something. But I've never been super into Valentine's Day.
Oh, the guys are gonna love this.
Wait, no, stupid question.
Me personally. Remember, what works for me might not work for you.
No, they're clipping this and showing their girl that's upset.
You see?
Hey, look.
Wait, a stupid question. Probably, but is there Valentine's Day in the UK?
Yes.
Okay.
Same day,
In
February.
London.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no Thanksgiving there. I was there during Thanksgiving time, and I was like, damn, everything's open. I can't.
There's no turkey.
Yeah. No, I think like also going back to Valentine's Day, like you got to know who you're with. So like again, communication and understanding. Like I've never really been huge on Valentine's Day. So like I think in any situation that I've ever been in, I've been like, oh, I'm, like it's cool if you get me a card because I like to, to receive cards. But like I don't need you to take me to the moon on Valentine's Day, like because I would prefer that every day feels like Valentine's Day, to be honest. Like if it can.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like there's like one day that needs to be
set for
like
that
it doesn't
day.
need to be specific. Yeah. But again, if you're in a relationship with somebody who really values Valentine's Day, then you need to make
work
sure
on that
you do
person.
that.
Yes, if they like wearing red, going to dinner, getting the flowers that day, make that day
But you
special
just
for
said
them.
They like to go to Nobu.
Valentine's Day every day though. Why does it matter?
Okay, that's only true if you actually make Valentine's Day like every day. Because guys will use that like every day's Valentine's Day. Why should it be a special day? All right, then on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, give her flowers. But you're not doing that either.
It also depends on what you consider, like what I consider Valentine's Day or what I consider like a really good day is different to what you consider a really good day, right? So so every day might feel like Valentine's Day to me, and it might just be somebody like spending quality time with me, like depending on your, you know, like, and then another person might think that like you need to take me to the moon. That's Valentine's Day. So like realistically, you can't take me to the moon every day. So you know what I mean? Like it
fluctuates. It's different.
So like little gestures, like flowers and stuff like
little
that.
Things,
Yeah,
the little things, the little things, the little things.
But also, I'm the prize still too. Okay, I like how you were popping your shit.
Oh, period.
For the luckiest man one, it's like okay, yes, I'm the lover girl. I know to treat you right and all that, but come on, this still me.
I mean, I don't have anything to say in regards to that.
You're right.
No objections.
When you're it's not scheduling, it's structuring the album. How do you place it? Because it seems like it's a really good flow. On the way that you're sequencing it.
That is one of the hardest parts, in my opinion, of an album process. Is like putting the track list together and making sure everything makes sense. Like I like to tell a story. I feel like all the albums that I grew up listening to really told a story and never felt just like, oh, we've just placed stuff wherever we want because we like the song. So that is one of the hardest parts, also because we all have to like agree. We all have to agree in terms of my team on like what songs make the track list, but then like the order is like a really tough
it's
thing.
Curation, like because the listening experience either goes up and down or takes a pause or you want the emotions you want to feel.
I think that's one of the hardest parts of the process, and Mustard and I always go like back and forth about, oh, this should be here. I will say this album was the easiest in terms of putting it together and telling the story between Mustard and I.
Wow.
Like it actually felt like we were like, okay, yeah, this makes sense.
We're on the same page.
And for the most part, we always are on the same page, but there has been, on my debut and on my sophomore, we were like, it took a little bit longer, but I think this one just felt like it made so much sense that it was kind of easy to place, or easier, I should say, not easy, but easier to place the stuff because we were very clear and very, we really understood what story we were trying to tell. So it's interesting because it's great to watch it come together, but it can be really, really stressful.
Also, that fool's in love right now. So I know he's like, oh yes, here.
Everything just made sense.
Okay, so I wanted to talk to you about growing up in London. I know is it your father that's Jamaican?
My mom's Jamaican.
Your mother's Jamaican. And I had an English neighbor that taught me a lot about reggae, and it was this older white gentleman from England.
Really?
And so then when I get to like just knowing different cultures and stuff, they're like, no, this comes from Jamaica, and I learned that a lot of immigration happened from people from Jamaica to England, and that like spun such a big culture out there. Did you grow up seeing that and feeling that in your home?
I mean, I'm a part of that. My grandparents are part of the Windrush generation, which was the kind of like the movement, I guess you can say, that I want to say, now correct me if I'm wrong, Bianca, because I have another Brit in here with me who was in the same, her grandparents are the same, but it was in the 60s, late 50s, 60s, where England was still under British rule. I mean, sorry, Jamaica was still under British rule. So Jamaicans were allowed to go to England and get jobs and start a life, and that really kind of like, it was a lot of people. I couldn't tell you a number, but my grandparents were a part of that. So my mum was actually born in England, but I was also raised with my grandparents. And I think a lot of English people, especially my age, come from that same are cut from that same cloth.
That
you know,
upbringing.
And we're all basically children of immigrants. So they came and they worked, and my granddad was a builder. He worked on a building site, and my grandma was a seamstress. She still is today, and just like, you know, just made a life and made a family, and this was their new home. And that's why I think a lot of Caribbean culture is like so prominent in England, in London especially, because there are so many Caribbean people. It's the same with African culture in England also. A lot of Nigerians and
went up to England.
Yes.
You know, we find this like on our end, Ella, where granted our families immigrate here from other countries, but like when we go back, low-key they look at us like, ugh, look at that American. When we go to like Mexico, like they could tell, they'll call us like gringos, or like they know that they're like do you feel that if you ever go to Jamaica, like, oh, they're the English ones?
I think they definitely know that we're different, but I don't feel like we're judged,
not accepted. Okay, it's totally an us thing then.
Probably.
I feel like they know. They definitely know that, like, okay, cool, they didn't grow up here, or they didn't live here, or they don't live here. Sorry, but I feel like the Caribbean culture is very welcoming. I think they,
Yeah.
you know,
I was about to say,
yeah.
I've felt like it's a lot more welcoming than how we are. Like as Mexicans, it's like, oh, all right, well,
Judging.
you're not from this
English.
state.
Yeah.
No, there's like a
yeah.
state thing over there in Mexico. It's like, oh, you're not even from this state. Go to your Mexican
Really?
state. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks because
I
we're
know.
all this at the end of the day, all the same, regardless of
Yeah.
where you were brought up. And I'm sure the culture like is pretty much the same. Obviously differs dependent on where you are, but I definitely don't feel judged. I feel like everyone's
Embrace
very,
and like
That's awesome.
understanding you have that background, but they're just like, hey, this is your home. This is
I think
where
it's
you're
more
rooted.
so like proud also. Like I think they're proud that
Oh yeah.
yeah, and
Oh,
I think
for
a
sure.
lot of Caribbeans, I'll speak for Jamaicans obviously, like are in the same boat because like I said, a lot of people's family traveled. I think it's the same. There's a lot of Jamaicans on the East Coast also in New York and in Miami and
A lot of stuff goes back to Jamaica, and I love learning about it because like even like the beginnings of hip hop, like that's Jamaican. You know, they'll say it's New York, and granted, New York definitely is what New York is for the genre, and that's from the immigrants that came from Jamaica and like the sound systems and all of that.
Yeah.
So all of it is really cool to me that it kind of just goes back there, and it's awesome to see the different, I guess, splinters. It's like you have what happens in Britain, what happens in America. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. It's really, really beautiful.
Well, you're better than us.
I wanted to know about music. Like, you are very intentional with your drops. You're more of a traditional artist, like a throwback to where you take time in between your releases.
Yes.
How do you like manage that when every so-called expert online is like, you need to drop content every day and you need to release music every day. If you're not, you're slacking. You're not taking artistry seriously. Stuff like that. How do you like just choose to go the other way?
Well, who are you referring to when you say like everyone online is saying
they're
you
not
should
like
put stuff
actual
up?
experts, but they pose as experts. Like there's just like it's a chatter online that you need to like just drop music every day to stay to keep your numbers up,
be relevant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think in this day and age that is somewhat true. Like you definitely do need engagement because social media is almost kind of like the middleman at this point.
Right.
And it's also like an easier way to access your fans and stuff. So I do agree with it slightly, but in my case, I try and just I try and block that out a little bit because I'm definitely like a quality over quantity type of person. And I feel like, we have music on our phones. We don't have to, you can literally open your phone and you have access to basically anything that's ever been put out. As opposed to like, back in the day, you had to go and line up at a store and go and buy a CD if you really wanted it. Like you didn't have the access, and we have so much access and we're almost oversaturated in this day and age that if you continue to put stuff out that like isn't good, it's almost the same as not putting anything out anyway because you've oversaturated and no one really wants to hear something that like doesn't feel like you put any effort into it. And I think it takes time to make music. I think there's a misconception of like, oh, music is kind of like an easy way out almost. You make a 3-minute song and you can like blow up overnight.
Right.
But to make stuff with substance and really like express yourself through this type of art, you have to live your life. You have to go away. You have to like really experience things to have something to speak about, right? Otherwise, I'm just going to be, I don't know, ABC.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? And that's not bad, don't get me wrong. But like, I think the type of music that I make and the type of music that I would like to always make is something that is true to myself, I feel like. And I have to live life and go and experience things in order to do that. So if that takes a little bit longer than everybody typically likes, then I'm willing to kind of like I'm willing to choose my way to do it because I feel like it will get the best result as opposed to, oh, let me rush because people are saying I need to put something out and then
on
it
their
doesn't,
timeline.
and then and it's not really what I want to put out.
And then the minute you put it out, they're like, so when's the next one?
It will literally be like, oh, where's the album? You drop the album. It's like, oh, where's the tour dates? You go on tour. It's like, okay, well, like, give me a second.
Let me breathe.
No.
I appreciate it though because that means everyone's excited. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's important to take your time.
That's good.
Yeah.
You did the I think it was in December where you went to your first venue.
Yes, it was.
And it was like the Roxy out here in LA. I guess having done that.
Yes.
Did it feel different the second time around? Did stuff feel smaller, or like, you know, I remember going back to elementary school, I'm like, this thing used to be huge in my eyes, and now I guess with life and experience, it must feel like a full circle.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, I wouldn't say it felt small, or like I don't even think that the size of the venues mattered. Now, definitely everybody who didn't get tickets felt like that mattered, because they were like, what is this? Like, what are you doing?
What do you mean at capacity?
But I feel like that tour, it was 6 shows, 3 in Europe, 3 in the States, and it was exactly how I ended my 2017. The very first shows I ever did as a headliner myself, which is why the venues were, you know, on the smaller side, because I was a very different artist in 2017. But at that time I hadn't been on stage in a while. We were just about to announce the album, so I sat with my agent and I was like, what's something that we could do that could really feel like I'm connecting with my fans? And it was for them, but it was also for me. Like, you know, because I hadn't felt that energy in a while, and being on stage is one of my favorite things. So I wanted to do something that felt really special. And honestly, doing those shows did exactly what I wanted it to do, for me. I hope it did that for the crowd
People
also.
that went, oh yeah.
But like selfishly, I was like, wow, this is exactly what it just reminded me as, and I won't say I forgot, I just hadn't experienced it in a while. And just I played like really old songs that aren't normally in my set list, and just like everybody was singing word for word, and I was just like, wow, because I've been in the industry for 10 years now. You know, I've known Mustard for 10 years now, so it's not easy to be able to sing songs that are 9-10 years old and necessarily have the whole room know them.
Back at you. Yeah.
So I was just really grateful that people still are listening and paying attention and still wanted to, you know, come and see me. And I was like, okay, cool, this is exactly how I wanted it to feel, and I think it did exactly what we wanted it to do.
It's like good confirmation. And that reminds me a lot of, and it's funny because now it's the head-to-head of this Friday where you and Cole are dropping on the same day.
That's not a head-to-head though.
No, I know it's not. To me, it can be a great pairing.
Yes,
double it up.
You know what's so funny? Cole is one of my favorite rappers, like if not my favorite rapper, for anybody who doesn't know. And when he announced that he was dropping on the 6th, so like I had a few people text me like, oh, like, are you good? Like blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what? I was like, this is alignment. What do you mean?
Confirmation.
I was like, we're so aligned. Like we picked the same day. Like that's exactly how I felt. But that is really how I feel, because Cole to me is like, just, he's one of the best. And it was funny to me because he's been teasing the fall off for years and years and years. So at first I really wasn't even paying attention to the day. As a fan, I was like, oh, we're finally getting the fall off.
You guys, Cole's about to announce.
Yes, I'm like, we're finally getting the fall off. And then when I saw the date, I was just like, oh yeah, this makes perfect sense. Like Cole and I are dropping on the same day. That's like something I could say for the rest of my life. And even if it had nothing to do with me, which I'm sure it didn't, I just feel I feel really excited to listen to new music from J. Cole and have my music be out on the same day. I'm like,
it's a perfect pairing.
I agree.
And Ella, since you're a Cole fan, you know that he did that similarly with Kanye, and then he rapped about it like, I'm gonna drop the same day as Kanye. I knew when I saw him, like, let's go, Ella.
It's funny because that's like such a rap. You know what? That's such a rap thing. Like Cole and I live in such different worlds in terms of just genre, and R&B and rap definitely collide a lot. But I think like. And I would hope that a Cole fan is an LMA fan, and that LMA fan is a Cole fan also. And you know, there's 24 hours in a day. So even if you listen to Cole first, you can listen to me after. You listen to me first, you listen to Cole after. I think it's just like, I'm just excited. I'm really excited for new J. Cole music. I'm really excited for new LMA music. So it's alignment in my head.
It is.
And your fans see it too, and they know it too. I believe it was it on 100 where they're like, Cole would sound amazing. I'm seeing the comments.
Oh,
Cole
really?
would sound great on the record like this. You're right.
Also because 100 is like, I feel like when I first heard the beat, it reminded me of like the old school New York rap beats almost. So I understand why people think that, but I think I saw one actually that said Jadakiss would be really cool on 100 too. But it's that type of sound that made I also think that makes the song so cool, because it's a pure R&B song. That he would sound great on it, honestly. And I'm happy we're getting new Cole music. I'm very happy about
and new
that.
LMA. And new LMA.
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to talk to you about Tell Her.
Yes.
Because I know how much you love Destiny's Child. I saw the Genius, the Say My Name, your rendition, and you interpolated in this song too. But I low-key, that concept of like was tripping me out that he's talking to his ex. But tell her about me. Why are you letting him talk to his ex in the song? In the song.
I was like,
no. But that concept is like, hey, would you still be friends with your ex? No, because I would not let you.
You know the. Oh, I just messed up my headphones. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry. The funny thing about it is, I think people forget that Say My Name is the exact same concept because we love the song so much, right? And it's just like so catchy and such a classic. But like Say My Name really is
so
the
they
same.
hear you in that room.
They're saying like, you know, when no one's around you, I need you to say my name. I need you to make sure that anywhere you go, people know that I'm also there, kind of thing. And Tell Her is basically exactly that. It was obviously inspired by Say My Name. But it's not even about, when I explain the song, it's not even about like putting it on the ex, I would say. I think it's more so, again, coming back to communication and understanding, being on that level with your person where we are meeting each other at the same place that we're at, and it's like, okay, cool. Because in the song I say, if your ex. I didn't say when you're ex, you know what I mean? So I'm just making sure that
like,
we're on the same page.
even if she's around, you're saying my name.
Yeah, and it's not even like, because I'm really not even that type of person. Like, because I think when it came out, people were like, oh, this is kind of different.
That's very Scorpio of you.
Yeah, I'm definitely a Scorpio. But yeah, I think it's just all about understanding and making sure that we're on the same page, so we know, like, if this were to ever happen, everybody, all parties involved know what's going on, basically. And the same way. And I had somebody ask me a question the other day, like, oh, well, what would you actually do? And I'm like, I mean, what do you expect me to say? Do you expect me to say, oh, I'm gonna fight someone? Like, no, it's not. It's not that deep. Like, it's really not that deep. It was a really fun song, and I wanted to pay homage to Destiny's Child because, although Say My Name is not on Destiny's Fulfilled was like that was all I was listening to as I was making this album. And yeah, I don't think it gets much better than Destiny's Child, honestly. So I was just like, this is fun, let's do this. This is like a cool flip also, because I'm in such like a lover girl era and most of the album is about love. I'm like, this would be cool to, you know, because we're playing on perspective and the different perspectives in love. And, you know, sometimes that happens in the same way we said sometimes you have a dream that means absolutely nothing. You know what I mean?
I love the concepts of this album. So good.
Thank you.
Did you see the cribs of Destiny's Child?
Oh, back in the day?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you see how they had like their little pillow area where they would write?
Right, yes.
Do you have something similar? Because I kind of like low-key picture you on a beanbag and like, I don't know. But I know it's tough because I'm a mom of 3. Being a mom and trying to find your space to write.
I mean, at this point, I'd be in my son's space, right?
Like,
I have to be wherever he is.
True.
But I don't have a specific place where I go to and I write. And actually, that's something that I've been seeing a lot more of, and I would love to incorporate, like just having like people have, you know, like calm corners or things like that. And I think it's a really cool concept. Right now, I just do it from my bed because my bed is like my favorite place to be. Like, if I can be in my bed, I will absolutely be
that's where you'll find
my bed. Yes. So right now I do it from my bed, but yeah, I do love the idea of having like a designated space where you go and you just kind of just relax and write and I think that's a cool. I don't have one yet, but as of right now, probably my son's playroom or my bed. Yeah, that's
how it is. Everything. Ella, it's so great to have you.
Thank you for having me.
This project, I am so excited for.
You.
From hearing "Tell Her" and 100 and the voicemails and the letters that you're writing. Not word. We just talked about like just the quickness people want it. No, because when you take it out your time, you're presenting something that feels so personal.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming by, Ella May. We appreciate you.
Thank you,
the
guys.
album "Do You Still Love Me" is out this Friday.
Yes.
Why are you smiling? Go do math.
No, because I can already see all the girls posting it, like subtweeting and stuff like that.
Let me give you the cheat code.
All right.
Since you scroll down Instagram, you're like, I want to take her to Nobu. I want to take her to Nobu. You at 12 o'clock when it drops. Actually, I guess it's 9 o'clock PST. Make sure you listen too, because then you have the cheat code of what they're listening to and you know exactly what they're talking about.
Once they caption it, you'll be like, oh yeah,
I like that song 100. Yeah.
I'll be like, you know what? Ella May told me to listen to this actually.
My friend Ella May. Oh no, don't do that. You're gonna see him randomly out.
She's like, shout out Ella May. She told me, you know?
Yes, I did. I absolutely did.
Ella May, thank you for coming by.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
It's Power 106.